Come here. Come here real quick. John, you left A Quiet Place day one for this? Why? Hey guys, my name is Joseph Curtis, and if you love movies just as much as me, you have come to the right place. Now do me a huge solid and click that like and subscribe button. Also, if you want to follow me on the following social platforms, so that would be great as well. Now let's start talking about IFFY. A young girl who goes through a difficult experience begins to see everyone's imaginary friends who have been left behind as their real-life friends have grown up. First off, you have John Krasinski, who not only directs, he's actually in a small role in this film. I mean, it's a pretty pivotal role, but it's small. This is John's attempt of making like a Disney live-action Pixar Up kind of movie, and you get that Up feeling within the first 10 to 15 minutes, and the approach of being serious about dealing with something that can be very traumatic and withholding things from your past, how damaging that can be as you grow up and not facing things that have happened during those traumatic times and learning to grow from it. I really saw what he was trying to do, and throw in some comedy, throw in some dumb moments with Steve Carell like this. Fine. And yeah, this movie doesn't work. It takes about 10 minutes to get to the first joke because they're trying to establish the main character B and the circumstance that she is in. And when they give you that first joke, it doesn't work at all. It does deal with John Krasinski and his character. At least in my theater, no one was laughing. But moving forward, we have B. She's no longer killing zombies, she's dealing with imaginary friends. The first act establishes us with this girl, B, who's dealing with a lot. She moved in with her grandma while her father is in the hospital. While exploring this new environment called New York City, she bumps into Ryan Reynolds and a couple of IFFYs. This is where the movie somewhat gets intriguing, but the attempt of humor is so heavy-handed, it just comes out like a wet fart. And then you have the great Steve Carell, who makes an appearance for the first half, kind of goes away, and then comes back later on in the third act for an anticlimactic arc, honestly. Some kids might like it. Also, kids, I think they're gonna think this is boring. This is not a super uppity up film all the time. There are uppity up moments, but the story can be too serious, and it's trying to balance the humor while also being really kiddie, while also being a certain drama about grief. It's a mixed bag. But yes, sorry, Steve Carell. Love the guy. He's just not funny. I don't know if they just let him go fully ad-lib, or genuinely this is John Krasinski's fault because he solely directed the film and he solely wrote this film. And I don't know what other projects he's been involved with when it comes to comedy, as in writing, because he has great comedic chops with his acting, but as a writer, I don't know if that's his strong suit. Just checking the IMDb, this is really his first time truly attempting as a writer to do comedy. I think he needed a new writer, because as a concept and as a story within this world of imaginary friends and the character of B, there's so much that they could do, but as we are going forward with this character, it just feels like we are going along with random events that are happening. There's a certain trauma that happens to her, and it's the reason why she cannot remember any of her imaginary friends. But they never go back to the past to show her with her time with the imaginary friends, so there really isn't that much of a connection. There is this big reveal in the third act that you can see a mile away. Honestly, kids will know immediately what the reveal is by the time they get to the first sequence with a certain character. As the movie progresses into the third act, it randomly is attempting to have this connection with a grandmother too, and they haven't had a scene between B and the grandma. There was no scene for about 40 to 45 minutes. And that's 45 minutes too late to attempt at anything for me to care about this narrative. When we are in like the last 20 minutes, there is no sense of urgency. It's almost like, oh, we got 10 minutes left. Okay, let's wrap up this certain arc that we've been building up to that we've kind of forgotten about, but yeah, let's get to that now. It just feels like a last minute ditch effort to get people to cry. And at least for me, it didn't work. John Krasinski really seems like he wanted to make a film for his kids, and I am honestly so happy for him. I hope this movie has a lot more people enjoying it. I really want people to like this film. But for me, in my little opinion, it focuses too much on comedy bits that are just not funny. And the story structure that begins to unfold throughout this hour and 40-minute runtime just kind of feels a bit random. By the way, the funniest part in this whole film, it's not even a scene in the movie. It's actually at the end credits. So there's an imaginary character that is invisible named Keith. And in the credits, literally in the credits, it says, and introducing Brad Pitt as Keith. I gotta say, that's pretty genius. With that being said, I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. Thank you guys so much for watching this review. It really means a lot. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and also don't forget to be blessed.